Hey guys, it's Finn. I figured I'd do a little video because some things happened this morning with my family, um, and I kind of wanted to talk about it. I'm super tired. I don't know why I'm so tired, but I was told that it might be normal to feel some fatigue right before your shot, and that's definitely happening. Um, But I had a really weird conversation with my sister this morning um, that set me thinking about how we as trans people need our identities to be respected by those who are important to us. And we need our boundaries to be respected by people we love and by potential romantic partners. And respect is super important regardless of your gender identity or your sexual orientation. However, um, it's even more important as trans people. And I was talking to my sister, and as it turns out, my dad is not very respectful of her. And my sister is super heterosexual and very cissexual. Like, there's nothing about her that doesn't subscribe to, um, I don't think she believes in the binary necessarily, but she is very binary in how she presents. She presents female, her gender is female, her sex is female. She's dating a cissexual male who is also very heterosexual. So everything about her is just very heteronormative, and I'm not using that term negatively to describe her. I'm just trying to give you an idea that she is very not anything other um, than straight and cissexual. So there's that. Um, and my sister has been having some problems with my dad lately. And I'm not going to go into those problems because they're actually pretty serious, but he really has no respect for her boundaries, and he has no respect for her identity and how she presents herself. And it set me thinking on how I can expect him to be respectful of those things for me as a trans person when he can't even do that for my sister. And it's kind of a depressing thought. Like, in a perfect world, my family would be absolutely cool with the fact that I'm male and that I present male and that I'm taking testosterone and that this is who I am. Um, but as I go forward, I'm realizing that there is no respect for my boundaries and my identity because they don't use the pronouns I need them to use. They don't use my correct name. And mind you, I have confronted them on this many different times and they still won't do it. And even though I'm taking testosterone and I'm taking steps in my medical transition, they are refusing to respect what I'm asking them to do. So, um, it's hard. My mom is, my mom took a step in the right direction this last week, and it was very encouraging. However, I need them to move beyond the, well, I've known you as this for this long, so it is my right to call you by your female name and use female pronouns. No, it's not your right to do that. It's your right to respect me as an adult. The same respect that you demand from me as a parent. I think that when you get to a certain point in your life, regardless of whether or not you're trans or gay or whatever, you come to an understanding with your parent that you are an adult and you expect them to treat you as such, meaning you suddenly become entitled to all the rights and responsibilities of being an adult, and that includes respecting each other's boundaries and each other's identities, and just being respectful. And you know, I think that it's really uneven ground to tread upon with your parents when you start transition, because eventually the changes are going to be so obvious that when I go out in public and they use female pronouns and call me by that female name, people are going to think they're fucking crazy. And I'm okay with that. Like, if that's what it takes to get them to change their language, fine. But I can't keep having the same conversation with them. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks today. If my dad refuses to respect my sister for as heteronormative as she is, how can I expect him to respect me? It doesn't make sense. So I'm in this quandary now of whether or not I should like curtail and lower my expectations for my family, and whether or not I should actively include them on this journey at all, because I've told my dad so many times, you know, you have to at least try to use this name. And he refuses to do it. And granted, the information that I was given today about the things that have been going on with my family, I'm far more inclined to just send them an email and be like, I'm making an effort right now and I really need you to try this. And, you know, like, I'm at a point where I feel like I need to do that, where I feel like I just need to be really, really honest and man to man say, you know what, this is what I'm asking of you. And if you can't do it, then I need you to get gone because I have things to do. But yeah, I kind of wanted to make a video about respect and how to put it all in perspective, I guess. I think sometimes as trans people, we just expect people to come along with us and we get really angry when they don't. But like, and make no mistake, I'm frustrated with the situation right now, but I'm not like, and maybe this is a side effect of the testosterone, but it's not something that is stopping me from succeeding. It's just more of an annoyance. And it's something that I need to address, along with several other things that just kind of landed in my lap this morning. So, but you know what? I feel like the things, and I know that I'm being really vague, and I wish that I could tell you guys what's going on, but that's kind of bigger than YouTube, so I can't really say anything. But I feel like this is the time for me to really show my mettle and the kind of man I want to be. And so I think this is kind of my time to actually do something to show that integrity that I claim to have all the time. But it's hard. It's hard when my dad can't even respect my fucking heteronormative sister. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to get around that yet. But I'm trying to understand where my family is coming from, and I'm trying to meet them halfway, but it's really not working anymore for me. And soon, like in the next month, when testosterone really starts working its magic, like they're gonna have to curtail their language and they're gonna have to adjust, and I'm not sure that they're ready to do that yet, you know? So I don't know what's gonna happen. It's very confusing. I think what I'm going to have to do, and I know what a lot of trans people have done, is they've just sat down and they've written their family a letter and they've said, you know what, this is what I need from you, and they make their expectations super clear, and maybe I'll have to do that. And like, my transition so far has been super easy. Like, my friends in Portland have been awesome about pronouns and my name and treating me like a guy. Not that you should treat women any differently, but, you know, people are like hypersensitive to the language they use. Not that I asked for that either, but you know, people have been going out of their way to be awesome about what's going on. But and certain family members have also been pretty cool about it, but I just think that I need to be a little more obvious about what's going on. And maybe this is kind of the final test before I can really move forward with my life. I feel like I'm in a very, very formative time right now, and I need to maybe step up my game a little bit. And I'm a pretty bold person. Like, I'm a brassy bitch, and I usually make sure that I'm direct with people, especially about my gender and about my transition. And it occurred to me this morning in talking to my sister that perhaps I haven't been as bold and brassy as I should be, and that now is kind of the time for me to do that, as I'm dealing with other things that are going on within my family unit. So I figured I would ramble a little bit about that today. Um, Talk to your families, talk to them a lot, like involve them in what's going on, even if they don't want to hear it. At first, just make sure that they know what they're expected to do. Um, because I feel like I haven't been the best little tranny lately in telling people what I expect of them, especially my family. So I figured just ramble. Hope you guys are doing well. I think I'm gonna go crash. Tomorrow marks 1 week on testosterone, and I'm gonna be doing my first self-injection. So I will post a video of me doing that tomorrow in Muscovies. So be sure to tune in. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.